this rideshare business. Yesterday, remember, I was at the airport, BWI airport, and I finally got a ride. And the video that I did, the live streaming, I showed how I'd driven from the cell phone lot to BWI terminal where arrivals, come through, the passengers. So, this particular ride, I picked up, it took me to Beltsville, Maryland. So, it's like rainy and it was just really a not so clear day. So, I was safe and everything. So, I drove correctly and safely. Got to the destination. I think that was about $21, maybe $25, something like that. Then I got another ride while I was out there in Beltsville. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, should I accept this? It was 10 minutes out. I accepted it. I went on, and I was thinking about Larry when we were talking about the GPS system. I was like, oh Lord, what if I lose connection out here? Because it was deep. In terms of, it was a lot of trees and all that kind of stuff. Things that could interfere with your reception. And so I picked the guy up from the hospital. It was actually Laurel, Maryland. I picked him up from the hospital. He got in the car. And I asked him, I said, any particular music you would like to listen to? And he said, well, okay, yeah. This is what he said. The last two Uber drivers offered me to make a song selection, and I decided not to. But I'm going to today. He was just so, really ecstatic. He was just so happy. I said, and then he said, so what song you want to listen to? I said, it's up to you. I'm going to have I had my earbuds in and listening to the navigation. So I'm like, you listen to whatever you want to listen to. Because I got dinged on that with Lyft. The passenger said I didn't have a good song selection. I didn't even play anything, so. It was a group of young couples, so I was thinking they were going to play their own music. Well, even asked me, so I just said, let me just offer. So then he started singing. Man, he had a decent voice. He could sing. And I asked him, I said, have you ever sang in a choir? He said, I used to go to church and participate in praise and worship, but something happened there. I said, oh, wow. It's like so many things that be happening to people at churches, some churches, not all churches, that it actually damaged them, if not for a lifetime, for a very long time in their life. And so he wanted to keep on singing, and he just having a good old time, just singing and loud and, and he was so into it. And then he said, okay, so what song do you want to listen to? Because I want you to join in with me. And I'm saying to myself, I'm the driver. So anyway, I said I like gospel music and classical music, like symphonies, music with just instruments, just soothing, crescendo, and I like Bach and Chopin and different ones. I don't know why I like them. I don't read up on them. It's just that when I had heard it, it just sent vibrations through my body to the point I'm like, wow, this is really awesome. So it I don't know, it just attracted me to it. Like opera, love to hear operatic singing, and it's just something that I like. So then I take him to his destination. He was about 20 minutes out, so that was maybe like another $21 or something like that. So, getting to the part, what did I do wrong as an Uber driver? Since I had such a good day on Monday, Labor Day, at the airport, I decided to just go straight to the airport on Wednesday, thinking I was going to get that big hit again. I mean, I got some hits, some good hits, but, So, one thing I did wrong is I didn't look at the queue while I was driving down. Neither did I turn my app on. I wanted to turn it on once I got into the lot. And what was the other thing? Those were the only 2 rides I did that day. So it's like I didn't have my app on, neither one. I did not check the queue to see how many cars were waiting. But I did check the grid-wise to see how many cars were coming in. And the other thing that I did wrong was I didn't do any rides in the morning. I didn't. So I suggest to you, if you're going to incorporate the airport in your travels to make some money doing Uber or Lyft, definitely while you're on your way there, turn your app on so you can see the numbers, the number in the queue. Also, turn your grid-wise on so you can see what the influx are for passengers arriving and how soon, because it'll tell you the time. And 3, go ahead and pick up those so-called little rides, a little 5, a little 3, a little 4, a little 10, a little 11, whatever like that. Go ahead and pick them up. And so when you do get to the airport, and you do have to wait maybe like an hour or maybe 45 minutes or so, at least you're stacking on $20, $30, $40, $50, $70, $80, depends on where you're going, on top of what you have already accumulated during the daytime or during the afternoon. So and what I'm saying is, before you go to the airport, check the grid-wise, turn the app on so you can see the number in queue. Go ahead and do some rides before you go out there, because sometimes you might find yourself sitting and waiting there for a good while before you get a ride. So for me, I sat there for about an hour and a half to get about $40. And I had other things to do after that. So it was like I wasn't going to spend more time out there at the airport. And the traffic was just getting so backed up on 295. I was like, Lord have mercy. Even if I wanted to just stay there another 30, 40 minutes, I just just said that's okay. So those are the things that I did wrong as an Uber and a Lyft driver. I was so excited about my earnings on Monday, Labor Day, from the airport. I just zoned out of all the little rides and made a beeline to the airport. So, with that being said, guys, I gotta do better. I really do. I have to do better. I didn't drive today. It was auntie time and daughter time. I spent time with my mom and my nieces. And so, and now I have a doctor's appointment. Nothing's wrong. It's just, I do go to the doctors. I don't always wait until something happens. So yeah, so I'm here a little early, so I decided to come on here and chit-chat with you guys. I was on live, but I didn't see anybody come in, so I'm thinking you guys are pretty busy this time of day. And, I understand that. You gotta make your money. You can see me anytime. I can't pay you. I can't pay your bills. No, I can't. I can't. Who's that? Somebody sending something. So, yeah, so that's what I learned, guys. Yeah, when I was driving home yesterday, I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Like, really? I couldn't blame nobody. It was my decisions or my doings. So, it's all good. And I think another thing that kind of like put a damper on things for me was it was raining, and sometimes you couldn't even see the car in front of you. You couldn't even see the red lights because I was on 95, 695, 300, Route 1, and at times those trucks will be in front of you, and you know how they splatter, the water just splashes, and it's hard to see. Your visibility is interrupted, and so you'll see a car come in front of you, and they just going ahead. Next thing you know, you don't see them. Not until you get close enough, then you see a brake light. So it was like, I really don't want to be out here like that, driving and having to deal with that kind of stuff. And I had a passenger in the car with me. Yeah, Uber has insurance. I have insurance. But, you know, I don't feel like getting all banged up and stuff. Even if it's not my fault. I just don't. You know? So, I think that probably would have helped me to maybe have gotten back to the airport a little sooner. Because I drove a safe speed. Because of the rain, and the visibility was interrupted by the rain and then the splashing of the water. So to me, it seemed like it made the drive longer than what it should have been. The passengers were very pleasant. One was a businessman. I said, any particular music you want to listen to? And he said, no. You can turn on whatever you want. I said, I'm fine. I'm just going to put my earbuds in and listen to the navigation. He said, okay, so I'm going to work. And he was from Dallas. And so that was fine. It was a nice, peaceful ride. You know, and I also, this is what I did, guys. I bought this gadget from Amazon. Okay, it says spa room. It has a USB cord that I connect into this gadget here, and I turn it on. You see, no, I don't have it in here. It will help if I plug it in. Oh, where y'all going? Where you going? Where you going? Okay. Why is that doing that? Okay, let's see. Turn it on a little bit. Oh, I didn't have it plugged in. Oh, Lord. Product review. No. So you press that button. You see how it turns a little pretty blue color? And you see the fan spinning around in there. And the vent. You have a essential oils fragrance coming from it. And you just smell, it smells so good. So I have lavender in here. And I have eucalyptus. Can you see that? And here's the lavender. And so I mixed it to give the air a very relaxing, refreshing aroma. And you know, lavender helps you to relax. Eucalyptus helps with your breathing. It also helps you to relax. And I just, you know, had that running. And you had a nice air freshening in your car, as well as aromatherapy, you know, at the same time. So it can run by battery. You don't have to plug it in. It has 2 batteries at the top here. And it's just so cute. I forgot how much I paid for it on Amazon. So maybe you guys want to check into that. I don't know. Trying to get the battery side open. Anyway,